How's it going? Tim with Perkins Roofing here. And this video is all going to be about what franchise territories are available for Perkins Roofing. You're going to see a nice map here. Not the prettiest map because I just kind of hand drew all these, but this is more or less what we're going to be looking at until our graphics department comes up with something a little nicer than what I can do. But you can see these are the available territories, and you can see my clicker on the screen here. The blue and the yellow are the territories that Perkins Roofing is currently operating in. So this is our current corporate territory, all of this blue and yellow. We are making available 3 premium territories through our existing corporate. So our Palm Beach branch does Martin, Palm Beach, and St. Lucie County, but we're going to throw St. Lucie. I don't have many existing clients into the Treasure Coast zone. Miami operates, Palm Beach also covers Boca, but Miami also takes Broward County and Monroe counties. But we're going to split this up a little bit to make a more even distribution of the qualified households in our territory. So, more or less, Palm Beach is going to give up Boca, and Boca is going to be joining the Broward territory. So we have an East Broward premium territory and a West Broward premium territory. Each of these has their pros and cons. East Broward, you're going to get a lot more commercial because that's where all the industrial districts are and the high rises. You're also going to get a lot of very high-end homes on the water. But then out west, you're not going to get as high-end, and it's not going to be as kind of like, you're not going to get as many qualified households on the western part of the East Broward district, but you will get those commercial properties. West Broward, you're going to get all the homes and all the HOAs. And like I said, this is including Boca Raton on both of these. So West Broward is going to be all the HOA communities, all those gated neighborhoods, basically. And there's tons of them from Miramar all the way up through Boca, all west. So Pembroke Pines and Weston, Cooper City, Davie, all that stuff, Southwest Ranches, Boca, all that's going to be in the West Broward territory. Now we have our Miami-Dade corporate territory. This is what we're keeping. This is our city of Miami, Miami Beach, Fisher Island. It's kind of like our bread and butter. And then we're going to cut out South Miami, which is basically going to be Cutler Bay and Kendall, which are really great. And then the Keys. So South Miami and Keys is going to be its own territory. My recommendation to save money would be to make an office in right at Homestead or something, just because then you can kind of get up into Kendall and Cutler Bay pretty easily. Then you can kind of come down to the Keys, and it's not going to be at Keys pricing. You could also, if you wanted to, make a little pit stop office in Marathon or something, just for getting all the way down to Key West. But this is going to be another territory that we're going to sell off as a premium territory. This territory, we don't have as many clients in. We have some in Cutler Bay, but we don't have a ton of clients in this territory, so it's probably going to be the cheaper of the premium territories, whereas East and West Broward, especially East Broward, we have a lot of clients, and selling off those clients, you're going to be paying for those clients at EBITDA, whatever the standard EBITDA rate is at the time that territory is being purchased. But that's how we're going to sell off the premium territories. Is they're going to be basically selling a mini business, it's selling a part of the existing business as well as the standard franchise fee. Now, all of these red territories here, these are all already, we did market research to qualify X amount of households in each of these markets. So we cut these territories up based on how many qualified households there are in each market. So you can see, one territory has way more counties than another, but those counties generally have less households in it that meet our qualifications for primary qualifying households. So let me go into each of these territories real quick, and we'll talk about each one. So Naples territory here is going to cover basically Southwest Florida, and so is Fort Myers. So we have 2 in Southwest Florida here. But Naples is going to cover most of Naples, Bonita Springs, and even up into the bottom part of Lee County. Whereas Fort Myers is going to cover Fort Myers, Cape Coral, Sanibel, and it's going to cover Port Charlotte and Punta Gorda. And then you're also going to get kind of some of the Okeechobee stuff. I doubt you will get as much business out there. Most of your business is probably going to be along the coast because, as mentioned, Perkins Roofing qualified households are usually, I didn't mention this in this video, but I have mentioned it in other videos, but our average client is it's their primary residence, and it's not a starter home. Usually it's a forever home, quote unquote forever home. Our average client is between the age of 45 and 75. Our average client makes $150,000 a year, not individually, but as a household. Our average clients are college educated, and our average clients are where was I going with that? Our average clients, the average household cost is around $750,000. So we work on nice homes, like definitely people's forever homes, not starter homes. So a lot of those are going to be in nice gated neighborhoods on the coast, on golf course neighborhoods, stuff like that, rather than like maybe in the country or, in rougher neighborhoods. So then we also have here Sarasota as its own separate thing. So Sarasota, and then it comes all the way up here until like right before you cross the bridge, the crazy bridge there. What's it called? The Sun Bridge or whatever. But basically Sarasota, it has enough qualified households. There's a lot of households in Sarasota County here that are really nice. Manatee County, near the coast here, which is, like I said, where a lot of our business is going to come from coastal neighborhoods. I doubt Central Florida here, like Okeechobee and stuff like that. Like I love Okeechobee. I go there all the time for shotgun shooting, stuff like that. But you're probably not going to get a ton of households in that area that are going to be your primary client. It's mostly going to be on the coastal sides. Treasure Coast, we have St. Lucie, Indian River County, Brevard County. So basically Treasure Coast is its own group here up until Cocoa Beach. And then right above Cocoa Beach, we have our Space Coast area here. So Kennedy Space Center, Daytona, all that good stuff. So that's where the cutoff is going to be, is basically right here. And then we have South Orlando. Orlando's big enough that it's getting split into two. We have South Orlando and North Orlando. You can see where the territory splits are. South Orlando literally is the whole city gets cut in half. So the north side of Orlando, like where UCF is going to actually be in the North Orlando territory. Tampa is going to be the city of Tampa in Hillsborough County, whereas Pinellas County, which is St. Petersburg, gets put into the St. Petersburg grouping here, which kind of is like the state of Idaho or something, where this territory kind of comes up the coast to make sure we get enough qualified households in there. So this is going to be a coastal territory, more or less, that comes from St. Petersburg, Clearwater, Dunedin, up the coast here. So that's going to be a coastal one, the St. Petersburg territory. Jacksonville is going to be St. Augustine, Jacksonville. That's a big territory here. Jacksonville, that's a nice territory to have. We have Gainesville territory, which is going to be basically Gator country. Then we have Tallahassee territory. So we've got our Seminole country. And we have Pensacola, which takes in 3 cities. You've got Destin, Pensacola, and Panama City all in one. But those are the territory splits based on the qualified households and our average client and how much money they make and how much the average house costs. So those are kind of going to be what our territory model is going to be looking at. And a lot of our average clients, based on Perkins Roofing's model, the way that we operate, because we don't cut corners, we're doing things the right way. We're hiring good subcontractors. We're hiring good employees. We have full insurance. We're not skimping out on insurance. We have full insurance coverage. A lot of our clients are going to be based on coastal stuff, condos, commercial near the coast, city commercial, and then like really nice neighborhoods, like I said, HOAs, coastal neighborhoods, custom homes near the water, stuff like that. That's kind of going to be our bread and butter. That's our bread and butter. So that's kind of like you'll see a lot of your homes on the coastal. But basically, this is our territory split. This is what the market research shows on how we're going to cut up Florida. So if you're interested in any of these counties, you can reach out to us at 561-339-9170, or you can email franchise@perkinsroofing.net if you're interested. Obviously, it's going to be first come, first serve. So whoever signs up first is going to get that territory. So if you live in one of these territories and you want you to reserve it for yourself, then make sure you get ahead of the game and jump right in. And we have had some calls on some of these territories. So please make sure that you jump in, because I've had preliminary calls, but nothing set yet on any of these territories. They're all still available at the time of this recording, which is in September of 2024. And like I said, we'll have maybe like a nicer graphic besides just like my hand-drawn thing on here to provide at a later date. But this is what we have for now, and hopefully this video helps you understand the way that Perkins Roofing franchise is cutting up the territories in Florida for your benefit, to make sure that we're getting your qualified households in for you, the franchisee. And if you're interested, again, it is 561-339-9170 or email at franchise@perkinsroofing.net. Thanks again for watching.